so they can come in. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to another IEIS Live Session. My name is Ikechukwu, and I am so excited to have everyone here with us. All right, so just before we start, I'd like you to share this link with somebody, share it on your WhatsApp status, share it on your IG account, even on right here on TikTok, send it to somebody's DM, send it to a friend, send it to a group chat. Let's all come in and learn. Today's conversation is one that I don't think anybody should miss. Personally, I don't think anybody should miss today's conversation. And I want to have this conversation with you. I want to have this conversation with you. I think it's something you will benefit from a lot. All right. So, if you can hear me clearly, I would encourage you to type clear in the comment section just so I know we're having a rapport, right? Yeah. Yeah, just so I know having a rapport. Send in Claire or hi, say something. Let it not be like I'm talking to myself. Let's be in this conversation together. Yay, thank you. I see your comments. It's nice to have you guys with us. Hi, Ma. It's nice to have you guys with us. All right, welcome. Okay, great. So, thank you for joining from all wherever you're joining from. It's nice to have you, like I said. Today's session is very important, especially if you're a student who is planning to study, go abroad either in September of 2026 or even next year. Because the truth is this many students focus heavily on getting admission, but the real battle or the real challenge happens after your admission, and that is during the stage of visa processing. And this is exactly what we are discussing today. Throughout the month of April, we intend to study and we intend to have our live sessions on one major focus, and that is visa applications. Because this is a stage where many people and many students begin preparing seriously. So we're going to be talking about visa application for Canada, visa application for United Kingdom, visa application for the entire of Europe, and we'll be looking at general visa strategies and application checklists. So we've got you covered, guys. If you are serious about studying abroad, you are going to need to be serious about being at these live sessions. Okay. Now let's start with something that many students misunderstand. Studying abroad is not just three simple steps like many people think. Many people think that studying abroad is simply saying I'll apply to a school, I will get admission, and I will apply for my visa. That is not what studying abroad looks like. The process is much more strategic. The proper study abroad journey involves six major processes: choosing the right country, selecting the right program, applying to the right institution, preparing strong documents, emphasis on strong documents, structuring your financial proof, and submitting a visa application early. Each of these steps are important because each step will help the next step. And so if the foundation is weak, the visa stage becomes very difficult. Now let's talk about something extremely important: program selection. Visa officers do not only look at your bank statement or your bank account. They also look at things beyond your bank account. They ask one major question, and that is, does this student program make sense? For example, if you are someone that studied business administration as an undergraduate course and you are applying for an MBA or an international business degree, it makes sense. That's a very good plan. Or if you studied computer science and you are applying for cybersecurity or data analytics, that's also a very sensible pathway to go. That makes sense too. But if you're studying something like mechanical engineering, for example, and you are applying to study something like early childhood education with no explanation, the visa officer will question the logic. That's a red flag right there. And so this is why choosing the right program matters. At IEIS, we work with several institutions across different countries, and I'm going to talk about some of them because each of these institutions have certain programs that are their strong suits or that are their strong points, and we'll talk about them so that we can know where to place ourselves. All right. In the United Kingdom, for example, we work with many schools. I'm going to list a few of them just for listing sake. We work with the Montfort University, we work with Abertay University, we work with Glasgow Caledonian University, we work with Edgehill University, we also work with the University of West of Scotland. Each of these institutions offer strong programs in areas like business, engineering, computing, public health, digital technology, and many more courses. But like I said, these five I just mentioned are the strong suits for this university. And there are many of these universities offer industrial placement opportunities. That is what makes you a a valuable international student, because you don't just study a course somewhere, but you are given the opportunity to ensure that you get a job post university experience or post study experience. In Canada, we work with many institutions. We work with Cape Breton University, we work with JIBC, and let me take Cape Breton University for example. They offer courses that are focused on business programs, engineering pathways, environmental science, computer science, and other health related courses or programs. Recently, there has been a strong interest in health related programs. Well, like I said, one of the things about health related programs is they are always going to be in fashion, they are always going to be in demand, and that's because we're human beings. We all want to take care of our health, we all want to take care of our living styles and techniques. And so, health related programs, they are things that are always growing internationally. Well, when you look at JIBC, and that is the Justice Institute of British Columbia, they are well known for some specialized programs like paramedic training, emergency response program, and public safety and disaster management. And you can tell that these courses or these programs are very practical and career focused. In Europe, we work with institutions like Paris Business Academy, which is in France. Now, the thing about this PBA is it offers English taught programs in areas like digital project management, web marketing, MBA programs in business and finance. France is becoming increasingly attractive. Here is why. Students can study in English, students can work part time, and students have access to housing support through the CAF. They can also gain exposure to the European job market. That alone makes you a very valuable asset in any job market in any space in the world. Now, I'm going to talk about the proof of funds. Many people think that proof of funds simply just means showing a large amount of money in your account. We've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. That is not the full picture. When we are looking at proof of funds, the visa officers are looking at three major things. Number one, how available are those funds that you are proving that you have? How available are they? Number two, what is the source of those funds? Is it a sponsor? Is it a job? Is it a scholarship? Where are the funds coming from? And number three, what is the financial consistency? How do we know that those funds that are in your account will not just stop coming one day? How do we know that those funds will keep coming until you are done with your schooling? So if somebody deposits a large amount of money just before they apply, the visa officers may question it for so many reasons, right? Where did the money come from? Is this income consistent? Can your financial story be verified? You must note this, that they are also trying to ensure that there are fraud proof ways of getting money, and this proof of funds is one of those ways to be sure that people are not fraudulent, the money was not gotten illegally, the money was not stolen, and the money is sure to come at intervals when the school fees needs to be paid. All right. For proof of funds, it is not just about showing money, right? It's about telling a credible story that shows your financial support. Another mistake that students make is waiting until it's too late. I think this one is a Nigerian issue. It's not just saying students don't want to study, don't want to apply early. We're just kind of used to applying late as a country, and that needs to change because the visa process takes time, my friends. For example, there are some countries that process visa within weeks. Others can take longer depending on the application volume. So planning early is your best bet, and it is extremely important. Students that are planning for September intake should have already begun one of the following four things. If you're planning to be part of the September intake, you should have already begun to research your programs. You should have already begun to prepare your documents. You should have already begun to organize your finances. Don't just say, I'm going to start it now. And finally, you should have begun submitting your applications now. Preparation reduces stress and it increases your chances of getting your admission success. All right. So I want to do a bonus tip for everybody. I'm going to talk about some major mistakes that students make and what we can do about it. Mistake number one, which is very, very prominent: students choose programs based on popularity rather than their background. This is a mistake that no student who wants to study abroad should make. Don't just pick a course because everybody else is studying it, or because it sounds lucrative or it sounds futuristic. No, you want to pick a course that aligns to your background and that aligns to your future. It ensures that the admission comes and that the visa is not stalled or rejected. Mistake number two: students have weak proof of funds. The proof of funds I've said to you earlier on is a story telling you how I got the money, why I got the money, and how sure I am that the money would remain. Your proof of funds must involve all of this. Mistake number three: copying statements of purpose on the internet. This is a very laughable mistake. I know that we are unsure of our writing technique, we are unsure of our writing skill, but do not copy your statement of purpose on the internet. Don't be so generalized that it's also like AI. Don't do that. Right? Try and personalize your statement of purpose, because the story you tell in your statement of purpose goes a long way in ensuring that the people who are reading it want the admission. I mean, give you the admission. Mistake number four: submitting inconsistent documents should even be illegal in my opinion. But of course, I am not the government. Here's why I'm saying so. You cannot tell me that one of your documents has a certain name and another one has another name. Who are you now? Where are you coming from? Where are you going to? A lot of students do this where their documents have certain inconsistencies and they still submit it. Please don't do that. Try and ensure that you correct every inconsistency in your document before you submit. And then mistake number five: waiting too late to apply. I've said it's a Nigerian thing, and I think that if you want to study abroad, you need to start thinking excellently. You need to start thinking internationally. Don't wait until the last minute to do anything. Last minute rushes, fire brigade approaches do not work. They do not help. In fact, you make more mistakes when you do this. Most of these mistakes are avoidable when you get proper guidance. And that's where we come in. At IEIS, we help you with the proper guidance to ensure that not only are you applying properly, but we are sure that you are going to get the admission as long as you do all you are supposed to do. So let us come with a take home per se from this live session. I'm going to tell you five things you can do now to start your study abroad journey. So if you're planning to study abroad, here are five practical steps in basic terms. Number one: research programs that are aligned with your background. Start now. Go on Google, go on Claude, go on AI. Ask the necessary questions if you have to. What courses can I study based on what my academic history looks like? Don't just say what course looks nice, what course is fun. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Number two: quickly prepare your academic documents. You've said you want to study abroad, you've researched on the course you want to study or a program you want to study. Begin to work on your academic documents, your SOP, your certificates, your reference letters, and all of those documents. Get them ready. You don't want to get there and then be trying to say, I've not gotten this, I've not gotten that. Don't do that. Number three: start planning your financial structure. A lot of Nigerians just think anything goes. I know that's what you think, but that's not a very healthy way of planning. Make plans for your finances. Plan how you intend to spend your money. Plan where you intend to make your money from, and plan the pathway basically. Number four: apply early. See, the moment you've gotten all of these things ready, the moment you've done your financial structure, your documents are ready, apply now. Get a hold of us now and start your application. All right. And finally, seek professional guidance when necessary. Studying abroad is not something that should be rushed. It should be planned successfully. Okay. And so very quickly, even before I end this live session, I would like to ask you, feel free to send in your questions. Send in your questions to us here right now on this live, and I can address them here. You could also send in your questions to our comment section. You come into our DM at any point in time. All right. You could tell us what program you have in mind. Give us tell us the country you also have in mind, and we'll see how we could move from there. All right. As we close for today, I want everybody to remember something. Studying abroad is not about luck. It's about planning, it's about preparation, and it's about positioning yourself properly. When you understand the process of studying abroad clearly, the journey becomes way easier. And this is exactly why we do these live sessions. We don't do them just because we want to appear on your faces. We do them to help students understand the system and make better decisions. So, if you like proper guidance, oh yeah, now is the time. Get up on your phone and reach the IEIS team right now. You could reach us on you could start by following all our social media handles. But let me before I mention our social media handles, I'm going to tell you you could reach us on WhatsApp and send us a DM. All right. So you could chat us up on any of these numbers. So we have our Nigerian number and our Canadian number. For our Nigerian number, there is 0810 768 1656. Let me call it out in the international standard. Plus 234 810 768 1656. For our Canadian number, you can reach us on +1 437 869 4556. Again, +1 437 869 4556. You could follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, that is X, we are on LinkedIn, and we are on TikTok. All of them IEIS Education Group. We are also on YouTube, and on LinkedIn, we are IEIS Nigeria. All right, guys, book a consultation session and we will help you review your profile. We'll discuss your program options and we are going to guide you step by step. That's what we do here. We hold your hand through the entire process. Thank you for joining today's live session. Don't forget to follow our pages and join us next week, Wednesday, the same time, 12 p.m., for another amazing discussion on our April visa series, where we are going to go deeper into the specific visa processes for countries. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Until next time, I remain Ikechukwu from IIS Education Group. See ya.